Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 1986 Toyota MR2. Behind me is a 1.6 liter supercharged inline 4, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this MR2 because it has been supercharged. Now, as I said, it has been supercharged. This particular car did not originally come supercharged. Although they did offer a supercharger in the first generation MR2, it wouldn't come until later in 1988. So we'll get into all that in a second. So this is kind of aftermarket, kind of not. And I'm excited to share this fun little two-door sports car with you today. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that supercharged inline 4. Well, as I mentioned, the later 1988 and 1989 AW11 MR2 got the supercharged option. The owner had this car, it was not supercharged, and he decided to supercharge it later. It is using the factory MR2 supercharger, as well as its mostly factory parts, meaning it is a supercharged block. So the standard MR2 got the 4A GE engine, a very famous, well-known engine. The supercharged version got the 4A ZE, which basically just had lower compression, different pistons, and different connecting rods. Lower compression meant it could handle boosts a little bit better, made it a little bit more reliable. So this is the 4A ZE, not the 4A GE. Now, he has done some custom piping. He did a custom cold air intake into the side, so you get a lot more supercharger noise, which I'll happily share with you in a second. So it's not making crazy horsepower, and it isn't technically original, but this is a supercharged MR2 experience, which I'm happy to have today, so let's see what it can do. Rolling into it in second. Found the rev limiter. Paired to it is the standard 5-speed manual. Nothing crazy new or interesting there, and last but not least, it is still rear-wheel drive. So how does it feel to drive the Toyota MR2 with a supercharger? Well, the ride is actually great because it's on stock suspension. It's actually kind of bouncy, kind of easy around the edges. The steering is nice and light, and the steering wheel has low slung grip, so it kind of has this cruiser feel to it. The shifter is incredibly light. The clutch is incredibly light. Everything is so friendly in here. You're not the fastest thing on planet Earth, but honestly, it might be a good thing because it's just so fun and so entertaining. It just grows this smile on your face every time you get on it, and hearing that supercharger, that induction noise, you feel like a baby Hellcat, but with none of the stigma and way better handling. Just a little blip here. It's just, you know what it is? It's silly. This car is very silly, but you need silly things in your life, or else, I mean, that's not a life at all. Around the corner here, easy on the throttle, it is still an MR2. Now we roll into it. So easy, and it's easily convinced. It's that one friend that's like, hey, do you want to go out on Saturday night? A few of us are going to get, yes. Yeah, I'm in. I'm down. I'll drive. You know, whatever. Like, it's that one friend that's so down for anything. That's what this car feels like. Oh, it's just lovely. If you don't care about big numbers, you just like the driving enjoyment, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. I should also add the engine is on a Link ECU. So it does have an aftermarket ECU to run everything, to manage everything, because 80s electronics, I mean, it's like weather in the Midwest. It's sunny right now, but it'll probably downpour, snow, and tornado by the end of the day. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. We'll run through it kind of quick just because it is pretty standard MR2 stuff. But in front of me, I have 6 gauges. Off to the left is my voltage and fuel. In the center is the tachometer and speedometer. And off to the right is the oil pressure and coolant temperature. The steering wheel doesn't have any forward-facing buttons, very driver-focused. However, it does have a cruise control stalk. Off to the left, we do have our headlight switch and our rear defrost, as well as a climate vent. And up on the A-pillar, the owner has added some gauges. One's for AFR and one is for boost pressure, just to keep an eye on things, make sure everything's running good. On the door, we do have door locks as well as our power windows. And moving into the center, we do get a digital clock, climate vent, little shelf, our climate controls, very basic 80s stuff here, but I mention it in every AW11 review. I love these big chunky buttons down below for AC and Econ. Then we do have our standard radio, ashtray, and the shifter. Now, unfortunately, there isn't really anywhere to put your big friggin' bottle, so it fails the big friggin' bottle test, but that was obvious from a country mile away. And the seats are comfortable. They have this nice sort of accordion style headrest that I absolutely love. Very 80s, very spaceship, very retro, and I love that look. I love that feeling. This whole car in general just feels like a rolling memoriam to the 1980s, and I love that. And the seats definitely help out. They're pretty comfortable, and being a bigger guy, I fit in here quite well. Now, we don't have back seats, but interestingly enough, we do have a trunk, even though it is mid-engine, so let's go talk about that. So, surprisingly, this actually does get a trunk. You actually still get a trunk, even though it is mid-engine, and this is something that they took away with later generations of the MR2. They no longer included the trunk back here. It was just all engine. This actually has a trunk, and it's actually relatively spacious, all things considered. I'm sure you could fit a golf bag in there, and that was probably their goal. That was probably the only thing you can fit back there, but you have at least something. Now, there is a frunk, but, I mean, you have some stuff, just maybe the stuff you care about a little bit less can go up here. So, nothing crazy, but that is the frunk of an MR2. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and obviously it is cheese wedge of all cheese wedges. It looks absolutely amazing. It honestly looks like this thing might take flight, and with that supercharger, I wouldn't doubt if it happened. This thing cuts through the air like a hot knife through warm butter on a Sunday morning, and it's just, I mean, it's so 80s. I would love to put retro wave or some synth wave or some hairband music to this car, but YouTube won't let me. So unfortunately, or fortunately, best I could do is supercharger intake noise. Thoughts driving the supercharged AW11 MR2. Well, this is way better than the non-supercharged. This is 100% the way to go. This is just a cool friggin' car. It adds a lot without taking much away. Really, the only downside is that you do add complexity. The 4AGE is a pretty simple engine. When you supercharge it, of course, obviously there's more things to worry about. I don't know, that little risk seems like fair play for the amount of reward that you get. As I mentioned with the driving feel, if you just like the feeling of driving, the essence of driving, not big numbers, not big speed, not, oh, mine has this horsepower and this torque. If you don't care about that stuff, this is possibly the best you can get, because it's entertaining, it's thrilling, it's exhilarating, it's engaging. How many synonyms can I think of? I don't know, but it's fun. This car prioritizes driving over literally everything else. The interior's a little cramped. The cargo space is abysmal. I don't even know if the radio works, but I don't care. I don't care at all. Throw the radio out the window. It doesn't matter. That's what matters. That sound. That's what matters. And I'm pointing to that side. That's where the cold air intake is, so all the supercharged noise is coming from that side. That's what matters. You're not gonna be the talk of the town. That's okay. As long as you're the talk of the town up here and at the ends of your fingers, that's all that matters. Yeah, this one would come home with me if it could. That's for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Mackenzie for letting me borrow her MR2, and of course Paul for setting up the video. They are absolutely wonderful. Truly enthusiasts for enthusiasts' sake. Not to post on Instagram, not to show off, not to please their neighbors, but for the pure love of driving. So for that, I appreciate them very, very much. I appreciate you guys watching the video. This is my 9-to-5 job because you watched the video, so I'm appreciative of that. So I have to say, not a bad day in the office. Take care, guys.